going on, guys? It's Chris from Daily Tech, and today we're going to be talking about that desk that was featured in my ultimate iMac setup not too long ago. This is the world's most affordable motorized standing desk. It's the autonomous standing desk, and it's really, truly an amazing desk, but there are some things that I think you definitely need to know before you place an order. Now, I'm not gonna mention any of the supposed health benefits of having a standing desk. For me, it's just nice to have an option. Sometimes I feel like sitting and sometimes I feel like standing. So let's go ahead and start things off by talking about the actual configuration that I went with and what it is that I like about it. I actually did a ton of research when I was looking for the perfect standing desk for my office, and what blew me away about this particular desk was how insanely affordable the price was. You can pick up the base model for just $249, and that is insane. But that's just part of what's so likable about this desk, because it's also fully customizable. And that means you can get it to look and work exactly how you want it to, thanks to the different frame, surface, and accessory options. Now, I chose to go with the bamboo surface sitting on a white frame, and I also opted for the ergonomic cutout in the front, and altogether, these additions cost me an extra $150 or so. And I also went with the smaller 53 by 30 inch surface area option, which is very workable for me and what I do with my 27 inch iMac setup. This gives me plenty of space to use my iPad Pro over on the side, either in sketching or typing mode. And between these two devices, I'm able to get all of my work done and have plenty of room to spare. Still, looking back, I think it probably would have been worth it to go with that 70 by 30 inch setup, and I think that's definitely what I'm gonna do on the next order. Now, for this first order, I chose to skip any of the optional accessories like a wireless charger or a speaker or a bag organizer or even the AI personal assistant. Those are all cool options, I just feel like I didn't need them. But one nice touch that I found in the box when I got this delivered was the included cable management ties. Those have actually come in really handy. All in all, the build quality seems outstanding, especially for the price, but I have noticed a few small chips in my bamboo surface over time. Now, aside from the customization, the main feature here on this desk is probably its ability to raise and lower itself. And that all happens with the control panel found on the front of the desk. There are 7 buttons to control everything, and there's also a small numeric screen which lets you know the current desk height. 2 of those buttons are for raising and lowering the desk, 4 of those buttons are for height presets, and 1 of those buttons is for programming those height presets. Personally, 4 presets is 2 presets more than I'll ever use, but I do think this is a great thing for people who might have to share a desk. So these buttons work great, and the raising and lowering of the desk is very smooth and also pretty quiet. And it's also pretty fast. It only takes about 14 seconds to go from my preferred sitting to my preferred standing height. And one thing I want to make sure to mention is that the setup process was pretty easy, and I was able to get this done just by myself. I didn't need anybody else's help. So there's a lot to like about this desk, but there are some quirks and one major annoyance that need to be mentioned. First, and this is a big one, it took way too long for the desk to actually arrive once I placed the order. So I ordered it around April 3rd, and it took all the way to the end of May to actually show up. And when it did show up, it showed up in 2 different pieces at 2 different times. So that wait time is really ridiculous, and you really have to weigh the price, which is great, versus that shipping time, which is awful. Second, throughout the day, I'll notice that the iMac sitting on my desk periodically needs to be readjusted. And more than anything, I think that has to do with a little bit of desk wobble. It's not noticeable when I'm actually working, but I think every time I come up to the desk and put my arms and hands on, it wobbles the desk just enough to slightly move the screen. If you have a different non-Apple screen or monitor, I can't tell you if this is gonna happen to you, but it is something to keep in mind. And finally, I wish that this desk had some built-in storage instead of just being a flat surface. A few drawers would go a long way to making this desk a little bit more usable. But overall, aside from those few issues, I really do like this desk, and if it tells you anything, I plan on ordering at least a couple more for the office and studio in the coming months. All right, guys, that wraps up another video. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe. I would love to hang out with you in future videos. And also, make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I love talking with you guys. It's a great part of my day. And don't forget to check out Daily Tech, spelled daily, TEKK.com. I'll catch up with you guys in the next video. Later.